Hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel Tech Edu for you. This is Harika. Today in this video we can discuss exclusively about the stack data structure. Here the representation of the stack and the implementation of stack can be learned. Whatever the operations we are done at the stack and also applications of the stack can be learned in this video. Let's get start our actual content. Okay. What is the definition of, first we should know about what is the definition of the stack. Stack is a linear data structure in which we can insert either insertion operation and deletion operation can be done at only one end, that is over here. This is the top. We can insert or delete the element in the top only. So we can say that last element that is inserted, the first element to be deleted. So it follows the LIFO principle. LIFO means last in, first out. In stack, the insertion operation using the function push. We can insert using the push operation. We can delete the elements by using the pop operation. These are as shown in the above figure. Push and pop operations are performed at the top of the stack only. If we want to create stack, and by inserting the 10, 45, 12, 16, 35 and 50, then 10 becomes the bottommost element in the stack and 50 may the topmost element in the stack as shown below, like this. By incrementing the top element, we can insert each element into the stack. For decrementing the top element, we will delete each element from the stack. Stack can be represented like this. We can represent the stack using array. It's a static way, and we can represent the stack using linked list also. It's the dynamic representation. In two ways we can represent the stack. The first way is using the static representation of the stack using an array. When the stack is implemented using an array, the stack can be organized only limited number of elements only, because the size of the array is static. Initially, no elements are available in the stack as per the C language or C language array index or C++ language array index also. It starts from the 0th location. At this stage, the variable top is set as the -1. Top is -1 because there is no element in the stack. Top element can be incremented by 1, then it will go with the top is equal to 0, because array index starts from 0th location to n-1 location if the size of an array is n. Let us assume that n is equal to 4. Then we have to insert the elements like 5, 10, 12, 15 to be inserted in the stack. Then the stack will be like this. Initially top is equal to -1. We'll increment the top pointer by 1, and -1 plus 1 is equal to -1 plus 1 is equal to 0. Then the top is incremented and top is equal to 0. In 0th location we are inserting the 5 element, and by incrementing the top is equal to 1. Now top is equal to 1. 0 plus 1 is equal to 1. Now we are placing the 10 value in the index 1. Now again implementing the top value by 1, and now top is equal to 2. 12 value is inserted, and again top value is incremented by 1. Now we are placing the 15 value over here. In this way, array representation can be done statically. Now we are moving to the linked list representation of an stack. It's the dynamic representation, because by stack using arrays is the easy and convenient, but however the size is fixed in the stacks by using the array. Sometimes in program the size of the stack may be required to increase some the elements during the execution. Then further purpose we are going with the linked list representation. So stack can organize the unlimited number of elements in by using linked list. In linked list representation, each node has the two parts. Already in previous video we have learnt about the linked list concept. I will provide the linked list concept video link and arrays concept video link in the description box also. Now we are moving to the our actual topic. And data field and the link field. And link data field consists of the part of the elements, and the link field consists of the address of the node. Next item, next node. This is the linked list representation. We are starting over here. Always here there should be the head. Just we have placed the just we have placed that. We can see the differences. We can see the differences of the stack and the linked list representation. Array stack using array and the stack using linked list representation. Okay. Now we are moving to the next page. We can go with the we are going back. This is the pop operation. This is the push operation. How the operations of the stack can be done. The operations of the stack. Operations on the stack using array is push operation, pop operation, and display operation. And to insert the element into the stack, we use the push operation. To delete the element into the stack, we use the pop operation. To display the element of the stack, we will use the display operation. In push operation, push is the function is used to insert the elements. Here we'll check that whether the stack is overflow. We'll check that condition first, whether it is full of the elements or not, before performing the push operation every time. In every time an element pushed into the stack, top of the top element must be incremented by 1. So the push operation takes the one integer value as a parameters and insert the values into the stack. We can follow the following steps. Now we are moving with the algorithm. So we have checked this whether the stack is full or not. For checking the stack is full, top is equal to size minus 1. If it is full, then the stack is full, insertion is not possible, and terminate the function. Because it is the static representation, the size of an array is overflow, then we can't go with the push operation. If it is not full, then increment the top value by 1, top plus plus. Here we are using the post increment operator, and set the stack of top to the value. Stack of top is equal to value. And I will exclusively do the operators concept and data types concepts in next videos also. I will give the syntaxes of the C and C++ languages too, by differentiating the C language and the C++ language, where we are using the elements and data types and variables. The small differences in both the languages can be shown as the differences in next video also. So the algorithm can be pseudocode can be write like this. If top is equal to size minus 1, then the display of stack is full, insertion is not possible. We are printing the statement. Else begin, we are starting the loop top plus plus, because we are using the post increment operator here. After the stack value is filled here, then only the top can be incremented. The stack of top equal to that value, whatever the value we have given, then only the top incremented is done. End of the loop. Okay. For example, it is an empty stack. We are pushing the value 2 into the stack. Top, actually initially top is a -1 value. Top is equal to -1. We are incrementing the top value. Then only we can push the value. Top increments, top equal to -1 plus 1, top is equal to 0. Then only we can push the element. After that, we are pushing the element 5. Pushing the element 5. Now we are incrementing the top value by 1 and pushing the value 5. Next, we are incrementing the top value by 1 and we are pushing the value 7. After that, next we are incrementing the top value by 1 and pushing the 10 value here. Next, pop operation. In stack, the pop is an function used to delete an element from the stack. We can say that in pop operation, before performing the pop operation, here also we'll check whether the stack is empty or not. Here we have checked whether the stack is full or not. Here we are checking whether the stack is empty or not, because if it is empty, we can't delete the element from the stack. The function pop function doesn't take any value as a parameter. So we can follow the following operations. Check whether the stack is empty or not. Top equal to -1. If it is empty, then only we can display the stack is empty. Deletion is not possible and terminate the function. If it is not empty, then we can delete the stack of top element, because we are using the array. Stack is an array variable and top is the size of the array. By decrementing the top value, we can delete the element. We'll delete the element and then we'll decrement the top value. Here also we are using the post decrement operator only. Post increment, pre-increment, post decrement, pre-decrement. We have 4 operators, increment and decrement operators. But we are using the post operators only, post increment and post decrement operators only for these operations. Now we are moving to here. First, top is decremented by 1 and delete the value 21, and top is incremented by 1, decremented by 1 and we'll delete the 7 value, and top is decremented by 1, we'll delete the 5 value, and top is after decrementing the top value, after deleting the 5 value, only 2 value is shown in the top. Next, display operation. Why I am placing the screen like this? I need to show you the differences. Whatever the differences over here, I can easily explain by using the split screen option. So I have placed it like this. Display operation. Check whether the stack is empty or not. For display operation also, we can't display if it is stack is empty, we can't display the elements. If then display the stack is empty and terminate the function. If it is not empty, then we can define the variable I and initialize with the top and display the stack of I value and decrement I value by 1, I minus minus. We'll repeat those steps like this. If the top equal to -1, then display the stack is empty. Else, we'll begin the display elements or repeating the loop we can display by repeating the for loop, we can display the array elements. Similarly, we can display the stack elements too. By using applications of the stack, we can evaluate the stack operations are utilized by the computer machine to do the various tasks. Some of the applications are evaluating the arithmetic applications, convert the infix to postfix expression, evaluation of the postfix expressions, and implementing of the recursion, factorial of a given number and array of towers. Here we are evaluating the arithmetic expression. An expression is a combination of the operators and the operands that are represented using the specific value. A plus B star C. This is basically three types of, there are basically three types of notations: infix notation, prefix notation and postfix notation. In infix notation example can be shown like this: A plus B. In prefix notation, the operator will be at the first and then variables plus AB. In postfix notation, operands are first and after that operand will be there. Operator will be there. So, the stack can use it to evaluate the expressions and also convert from one form to another form. Here we are performing the infix to postfix operation. Infix notation to postfix notation. First we will scan the infix notation from left to right. After the And one more thing, we need to know the highest priority to lowest priority, braces of the highest priority, and then cap, star, hash are the same priority, plus minus are the lowest priority over here. We need to follow this procedure. We'll scan the expression from the left to right. If with the operand output it. If it is opening the parenthesis, push it in the stack. If it is not an operator, then the stack is full. We'll push the operator onto the stack again. If the top of the stack is opening parenthesis, then we'll push the operator on the stack. Again we'll push the operator on the stack. If it has the highest priority than the top of the stack, the push operator on the stack. Again we'll push the operator on the stack, else we'll pop from the stack and output it. Repeat the 4 steps. If it is closing parenthesis, the operator from the stack and the output, then until an open parenthesis is encountered, the pop and discard the opening parenthesis. If there is more important to go to the first step. If there is no more input, the pop the remaining operators to output, because we are doing infix to postfix expression. We can do like this. This is the first thing, the first example, and this is the second example. We are scan the character. Initially, contents of the stack is empty. Postfix string is also empty. And next, we'll scan the open parenthesis. We'll push into the stack, and postfix expression is empty. And next, we'll go with the letter A. We'll scan the next letter A. It can be stored into the postfix expression, because here we'll have the operands first, operators next. So we'll push into the string. We'll place into the string. Next, there is an operator. We'll place that operator into the stack. Next element B. We can place this element into the stack. Now we'll have the closed parenthesis. So we'll we can't do push and pop operation over here. We have to place the stack is empty. Then we'll pop the elements. We'll pop the elements. We'll pop the plus into the postfix string, pop from stack and place into the string, and then we'll go with the next element star. We'll place that element into the stack, and the postfix string is like this, a plus b. We'll go with the next element, that is the c. We'll push into the stack again. We'll go with the element c. C can be placed into the post string, and star can be plus can be stored into the stack, and D can be, again next letter we'll scan the next letter, D can be stored into the post string, A plus CD. Next we'll have the next element as closed parenthesis, then we'll place the empty and pop the element from the stack, that is plus. Next we'll pop the another element from the stack, that is star. We'll won't place the postfix string open and closed parenthesis in the postfix string. Final output may be like this, a plus b, ab plus cd plus star. This is the another example. Again we are scanning the closing open parenthesis placed into the stack, and postfix expression is empty, and next element is a. We'll place it into the postfix string, and we'll scan the plus. We'll place it into the stack. Next we're scanning the b. We'll place it into the string postfix string, and next element is cap. We'll place it into the over here stack, and there will be the AB plus. Next we are scanning the C. We'll place it into the here postfix string, and next is minus, and we'll place it into the stack. Next we are popping up the cap, A plus B cap, and we are placing the parenthesis, open parenthesis, and we'll place the D over here. String can D in the string, and star can be in the stack, and the string will be like this over here, AB plus C cap D, and we'll place the E. We'll scan the next element E, and we'll place it into the string, and next slash can be placed in the star can be popped here. After closing parenthesis, star can be placed here, and slash can be placed into the stack. After that we'll read the next element F. F can be stored in the string, and slash can be popped from the stack and placed into the string. The final expression after evaluating the postfix string AB plus C cap D E star F hash minus. Now we are evaluating we have converted from infix to postfix expression. But how to calculate in the postfix expression? How to evaluate the string from the postfix expression? Suppose the P is an arithmetic expression written in the postfix notation, then the following procedure uses a stack to hold the operands and operate the procedure P and evaluates the P. Final example can be here I am providing the two examples for each and everything. You can clearly know about them by using the graphical notations also. I am placing here. Why I am placing the procedure here and the example here is that by using the procedure we can see the output answer also. Now it's the first thing. First we have to add the right parenthesis. right parenthesis at the end of the stack and scan the P from left to right. Previously we will done the will scan the each element. Similarly, we will scan the P from left to right and repeat the step 3 and step 4 each element of the P until right parenthesis is encountered. If the operand is encountered, the put it in a stack. If the operator is not encountered, the remove the two elements from the stack. Then A is the top element, B is the next to the top element. Evaluate the B operator A. Place the result of the B back on the stack. Set the result value in the top of the stack and the exit. Now we can see like this. Here the expression is 4, 5 plus 7, 2 minus star. Now we'll point to the 4. We'll place it into the stack. Now we are pointing to the 5. We'll place it into the stack. And we have the operator. So we will consider this as A, this as B. We'll have the operator. A plus B. We are doing the operation after encountering the operator. We'll have the 4 plus 5 answer 9. Next we'll point to the 9. We'll have the 9. Next we'll point to the 7. 7 can be pushed into the stack. Next we'll encounter the we'll have 9, 7, 2 minus star. We'll encounter the 2 and we'll place the 2 in here. Now we are considering A, B. This is the operator. A minus B. A minus B will be the 5. 7 minus 2, 5. 9, 5 will be like this. Now we are encountering the operator. We are going with the operator. Star. 9 star 5. A, B, operator. A star B, 9 into 5, 45. In this way, we can evaluate the expressions. These are some of the examples. You can do it yourself. I have given just the answers for checking purpose. In this way also we can represent the postfix to infix notation. Next, implementation of recursion. Here another application, implementation of the recursion. A function call itself is known as the recursion and the function is called as a recursion function. A function which calls itself is called as a recursion and the function is called the recursion function. In case the recursive produces the stack in the main tool of storing the addresses temporarily while moving the control from one place to another place, then we'll give the recursive functions. Factorial of a given number can be done by using this algorithm to this pseudocode. Int fact of int n. If of n equal to 0, return 1, else return n star fact of n minus 1. For example, n is equal to 3. Then if n equal to 0, then return 1. Else n is equal to 3. So we'll recurse like this. 3 star fact of 2. 3 star again fact of 2 is not a 1. And n into 3 into 2 into fact of 2 minus 1. 1 fact of 1. Again it will have 3 into 2 into 1 into 1 minus 1, 0. It will return it will go the fact of 0. N equal to 0. Then return the 1. Then we'll have 3 into 2 into 1 into 1. 3 into 2, 6. 6 into 1, 1. 16, 6 into 1, 6. 6 into 1, 6. In this way, we can evaluate the recursion function. Always factorial of 3 can be written as 3 into 2 into 1. Similar way, we'll use the push and pop operations also. We can do like this. Another example for recursion function is Towers of Hanoi. Here it's a gaming application. We'll place here the stacks are used in order to move the one pile of plate from source to destination by using the intermediate pole. Note, it contains the plates arranged in the order. Highest plate can't be placed on the small plate. We have to place the highest plate down, next level plate, next, after that another plate. At any time, move only one place. So, algorithm can be like this. If n equal to 1, then write begin equal to end, return end if. Second step, call the tower of n minus 1 begin and auxiliary because it's an beginning stand, ending stand and middle stand. Write the begin equal to end. Call the tower of n minus 1 AUX back and return. If n is equal to 3, here the 3 means of number of disks. We can place like this. N equal to 3. How we will recurse the solution as the problem. We are moving the 3 ABC, A to C and moving ACB, moving ABAC in 3 ways. And again moving 1 ABC, A to B and A1 to B. Or else AB1 BCA, B to C, moving like this. A to C, A to B, C to B, A to C, B to A, B to C and A to C. Like this we can move the all values. In next class we will discuss about the queues. That's all for today's topic. Thank you. In next class we'll have the queues and queue applications, implementation of queue using array and queue using stack also. Thank you.